In this session, we will learn how to create a quiz in Canvas. But first, what are quizzes? Quizzes in Canvas are assignments that can be used to challenge students' understanding and assess comprehension of course material. The quiz tool is used to create and administer online quizzes and surveys. Quizzes can be also used to conduct and moderate exams and assessments, both graded and ungraded. So now, let's create a quiz. First, from your Canvas course homepage, you'll notice in the inner ribbon a tab called Quizzes. Click that tab. If you've never created a quiz, it may be grayed out. Don't worry, just click it anyway. This is where all your quizzes live. To create a new quiz, simply go to the top right-hand corner and click Plus Quiz. This will help you add a quiz. Now choose from the option Classic Quizzes or New Quizzes. In this model, we'll click New Quizzes. Type in your quiz name. Assign a point value, 100 points. What type of group? This is going to be assignments. Display grade as a percentage. If I don't want to count this assignment towards a final grade, I would click here. If I want my students to submit something like upload a video or have a certain type of submission type, then I would click this drop down button and choose the type. I want to assign this quiz to everyone, or I can type in names for a specific group or a specific child. What day do I want this available from? I want this available from today until tomorrow. I can even be as linear as putting a time down and clicking done. I'm going to save. If I want it available right now to my students, I'm going to save and publish. Once you've made the framework for your quiz, now you're going to start building the quiz, and it's going to automatically open you into the build box. You can change the title. Let's say you decide that you don't want to do the quiz on weathering and erosion, and you simply just want to talk about erosion. You can click in the box and you can edit it at any time. This is where you would type your instructions to your students. You can type the instructions and say, today we will be assessing your knowledge of weathering. You may want to give them a hint and say, hey, watch this video for a quick refresher. I can go ahead and link to the video that I want my students to use. So if I already know and have a video, I can just simply copy and paste the URL here. And now a link has been created for them to watch the video. I could have also inserted or edited the media from my insert or edit media button also. I'm going to press done. Now I'm going to actually create the question. So this is the instructions, this is the build tool. Now I'm going to create questions. So my first question is going to be a multiple choice question. So I click multiple choice. In my question, which I have already typed out on a separate document, and I'm just simply pasting the question. As a matter of fact, I don't want that to be my first question. I changed my mind. I want this to be my first question. So a major erosional agent in many areas with limited precipitation and high temperatures is, I'm going to make that my same stem so that they'll be able just to fill it in one answer. So I have wind, rivers, humans, glaciers. choices. So I've typed in my STEM. I want them to see this. And now these are the choices. I can click the button on the left-hand side, this dial, for the correct answer. So now Canvas will grade this for me because I've selected the correct answer choice for it. If this was a math question, I have options to show on-screen calculator. I can vary points by answer, and I can shuffle the choices. I may want to shuffle the choices so that when students, if they're in class or they're talking to each other on the phone or their friends, then at least they have some options that they have to choose and read all their choices. I don't want to make it too easy for people to cheat. I may say that this is going to be worth 25 points. Maybe I'm going to have a 4-question quiz, and I'm going to select done. Now I've selected done. My first question is completed. Here are my choices. This is what my question looks like. It tells me that it's 25 points. Here is the STEM that you're going to read, and this is the correct answer. If I want to edit it at any time, I can click this edit pencil, and it will edit. If I don't like the question at all, I can delete it totally. When I click the plus button, again, I can add another question type. So for this one, I may go ahead and have my students write an essay. So if I choose essay, then the essay will not be graded automatically by Canvas. I will have to type. I will have to read each student's essay and then manually choose to give it a point value. I'm going to make this question a true and false question. My question title may say something like, this. And true is my answer. It gives me the same options. I may assign this a 25-point value, and I'm going to choose done. I can keep going until I build all of my questions. You have a choice, a variety of question types. You can categorize. You can choose an essay. You can have your students make a video and upload the file or any other kind of file, maybe a Google Doc that you put in here. They can fill in the blanks, a formula, hotspots, matching, multiple answer, multiple choice, numeric, meaning it's going to be primarily numbers, like a math test, ordering, true, false, and a stimulus. So those are the different choices that you have. When you finish, you can go ahead and go to your settings. In settings, you can shuffle the questions, and within shuffling the questions, you can shuffle all the answers as well. You can allow the students to see one question at a time, and you can let them go and backtrack or not backtrack. So, oops, I made a mistake, I want to go back. I let my students backtrack. You can require a student access code to make sure that the students are really who they are and each student can get their own code. Or once they log in, they're automatically themselves. I can require a time limit saying for every question you're going to have 2 through 3 minutes. Sometimes you have to give your students a time limit or else they'll take forever. So if I chose a time limit, I'm going to say, okay, set 0 for time limit, or I'm going to say 30 minutes. That's the limit for this test. I can filter by IP address, meaning that they can only log in once to this quiz, and it remembers this IP address. I can allow calculator. I can allow multiple attempts, saying that they can take this more than one time. How many attempts? Unlimited. Or I can say, okay, I'm going to give you a limited amount and maybe put a number of 2. And we want to keep the highest score. And I may require them to say, okay, it's going to at least give you 15 to 20 minutes between attempts. Maybe they need to go back and watch the video carefully that I required. So maybe I'm going to say, okay, 10 minutes between. And if I don't want them to see their results, because I know that other people are going to take the test, then I can restrict it. Or if I want them to see, then I will allow them to see the results. When I finish my settings and the students take the test, I will be able to pull a report, and I can see the quiz and analyze the items and I can see the outcomes of the analysis. I can also moderate by going through and seeing what my students have done, and I can say, yes, I want you to open this up and do this again or not do this again. When I finish building my quiz, I'm going to go back to return. And it takes me back to the front of my quiz where I've created this quiz on weathering and erosion. Thank you. Now you know how to create a quiz in Quizzes in Canvas.